Hey, what's up, you guys? Stoutmeister here, and I just got back from seeing Spider-Man Homecoming not too long ago. And for those that are watching, wondering whether it's worth buying a ticket for or not, I say it's a pretty solid movie for a movie that's taking the original storyline and making something out of its own, yet maintaining the integrities of the characters and the storyline overall while having the creative freedom to do what they want at the same time. And just like everyone else watching, I'm just hoping they don't fuck up the sequels like history has shown time and time again. And speaking of Spider-Man Homecoming, HuffPost made this lovely little video a few days ago, and judging by the caption, it's gonna be quite the cringe fest, but I digress. Let's dive into this video now, shall we? The phrasing of the very first text that pops up in your video makes your argument look rather misleading, either by deliberate means, by willful ignorance, lack of research, or all the above. And given the history of outlets such as yours, I'm gonna have to go with all the above. Mostly leaning towards deliberate means, but let's keep going. Well, you did manage to get one thing right in your video so far. Miles Morales did indeed become Spider-Man and make his debut in 2011 in Ultimate Spider-Man. Keep note of that key phrase. And also a nice little fun fact, the design for Miles Morales was influenced by Barack Obama, or at least that was one of the influences, but who gives a fuck about fun facts? Let's keep going with the video. You mean to tell me that you did basic enough research to find out when Miles Morales made his debut in Ultimate Spider-Man, but you couldn't do enough research as to why Miles Morales became Spider-Man in Ultimate Spider-Man after Peter Parker's death? And you couldn't realize that the storyline of Spider-Man Homecoming revolves around a cisgendered, white, heterosexual teenager named Peter Parker, who was originally white? You know, since the inception, the creation of Spider-Man? Nor the other characters that play a major role in the franchise? You couldn't do enough research to do that? No, that'd be too honest. That would just be completely too honest for you to do, but hey, let's keep going.
It's not just the token black person to say that we're a diverse cast, you know, it's actually a diverse cast.
And I love that HuffPost has taken that part of the interview to make it look like this is finally the movie to showcase some sort of diversity, even though it's not the type of diversity that we want. Just like they wanted Captain America to be gay, and they wanted Thor to be a girl, and they wanted to do all these changes to pander. And speaking of pandering, that's why the reboot of Ghostbusters failed, because it revolved around the fact that there's 4 females and they're hilarious and one of them acts like a stereotypical black woman and they're hunting ghosts. How great is that? Oh, and people in Hollywood saying that if you don't support the movie, then you are sexist. Nah, it's just the fucking neckbeard virgins spouting out about how women are evil. It's all their faults. No, it couldn't be the fact that there's pandering going on. And this isn't the only case either. That's not the only case of pandering. No. Well, supporting cast, and then you have major villains like Shocker, who happened to be black in the Spider-Man Homecoming movie, when he was originally white in the comics and the video games and pretty much everything else. But we're not going to talk about that. No. It's just because that Shocker wasn't an arch nemesis like Green Goblin or Venom. Nah, we're not going to talk about that. The fact that they gave Flash Thompson in this new movie character development, yeah, who gives a fuck about the skin color? Okay, now you're just grasping at straws again. We have 3 very different love interests. If they were to make Mary Jane Watson a black person, could you just imagine the uproar if you did that to Mary Jane Watson or Gwen Stacy or any other major love interest that was originally white or originally of this design? Can anyone just imagine the backlash that the fucking people at Marvel would get if they pandered to the social justice warriors? Jesus Christ. Again, we have different individuals. Harry Osborn, Ned. And speaking of the second Harry Osborn that popped up, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, no. I would rather watch the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man in a loop than ever watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2 again. Just, no. No!
Oh my god, these white men and their patriarchal system just taking over everything. Like, geez, why can't we make Spider-Man a non-binary rainbow Ken? That would show diversity, and that would include the non-binary people that make up a very, very small fraction of the population, but include us anyway.
And do you people expect Robert Downey Jr. to just rip up his contract and not do Iron Man anymore? Iron Man. Originally a white guy. Or do you just want Robert Downey Jr. to at least carry on a black persona, play a black character like he played in Tropic Thunder where he's playing a black character? Jesus Christ, Huffington Post. The pandering in this video. Who gives a fuck if the director is white, black, purple, or whatever? As long as he puts out a good movie, as long as he has a good repertoire of things that he can back up, who cares? Who cares about the skin color of people? Vulture is a white male. Just like in the comics, just like in the television series, just like in everything else that the Vulture has been featured in. We already established this point. Peter Parker has always been a cisgendered, heterosexual, white teenager at the start of the franchise, and he's always been white ever since. And yes, I am very well aware that I use the phrase cisgendered even though it's a ridiculous fucking term, but I gotta include that in there because it's 2017! You know how you can make a truly heroic leap? Make an original superhero character. Doesn't matter if they're white, black, gay, trans, purple, green, whatever. It doesn't matter, as long as they have good character development and it's not pandering. I mean, you don't see fucking Denzel Washington pandering in movies like Book of Eli. You don't see Wesley Snipes pandering to black people with Blade. You don't see that shit. No, because they're good actors. They're not even good actors. They're phenomenal actors. And they have a phenomenal fucking record of doing great movies. Samuel L. Jackson's another example of this, and Morgan Freeman. But according to social justice warriors in the far left, Morgan Freeman is nothing more than a token black person for the alt-right to use, because anybody that doesn't align with our worldview is an alt-right Nazi autist. Duh. It's just fucking stupid. Okay, thank fuck that video was short and sweet, but nonetheless cringy. Oh my god. It's once again Huffington Post showcasing this false narrative of just white males, more specifically the neckbeard fat virgins lactating milk powder off their mom's tits, that they just hate women.
That's why Ghostbusters failed.
Because women are hated in society. That explains why Wonder Woman outdid Deadpool in the fucking box office, and Ryan Reynolds gave huge props, but let's not talk about phenomenal actresses, phenomenal actors of all backgrounds. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about social justice warriors pushing for diversity, yet they'll harp on Wonder Woman for not having armpit hair, or for any other reason in general. No. If you don't align with their worldview, their appearance, and so on and so forth, then you're not a suitable human being. No, and you deserve to be punched in the face. Just like Nazis deserve to be punched in the face. We're gonna equate all of you to Nazis because that's just what we do best. That's what Antifa does best, the social justice warriors, the far left, all those great people. Yeah. When I first saw this video on Huffington Post's Facebook page, I was a little more outraged about this, but then reality set in and I just realized that nothing surprising about this. It's just more pandering propaganda that leftist media wants to push out there, and I know people are cringing at the fact that I use the phrase leftist media because the right-leaning media is just as wrong with their pandering propaganda too, but right now, it's just these types of people that are being the louder voice. And this is why the right is winning the cultural wars. This is why you see white nationalist movements becoming a thing. Not because of Spider-Man specifically, because it's just the pandering nature from the far left. They just keep going and going and going, whether it's media outlets like Huffington Post, BuzzFeed, Jezebel, whether it's CNN, whether it's your college campus professor that's very, very biased in their worldview and will fail you if you don't align with their worldview, whether it's anyone influential in the social and political movements, so on and so forth. But again, these are the same types of people that push this narrative that, oh, it's only the loud voices it's only the loud minority that are making the left look bad. It's all the neckbeards on the internet, the keyboard warriors that are just ruining everything. Without even realizing that this is already in the mainstream. This pandering bullshit. This pandering bullshit that tells you that you hate women, especially if you're a cisgendered white male. Yet, 82% of the American population don't identify as feminists, yet support gender equality, but we can't call ourselves egalitarian because that's lazy, and that won't suit our purpose. And yeah, all men hate women, and all men don't want to see women in leading strong roles, yet Wonder Woman is one of the highest grossing superhero movies of all time that outdid Deadpool, for God's sakes. That's not even the only case of a strong female figure having a lead role. Like, has anyone seen Kill Bill? Or just done any basic research in general to see strong leading roles that women are involved in, or black people are involved in, and so on and so forth? But no, we have to stick to a narrative. Because that's what we do best. We want to keep people divided. We want to keep pointing out everyone's differences. We want everyone to be mentally oppressed so that we can just keep you distracted and we can just do underlying secret backroom deals and all this other bullshit. Oh, and there's the conspiracy theory version of Stout talking. But it's not really all conspiracy theories when shit is getting exposed, but that's just getting way, way too far ahead. Getting way too far ahead of myself. Nonetheless, this is fucking stupid. And I had to say something about this as someone that grew up with the Spider-Man franchise, saw the cartoons, saw the Sam Raimi movies, saw the Mark Webb movies. I've pretty much grown up around the franchise, so yeah, of course I'm gonna say something about it. With all that being said, let's recap on one more thing before we end the video. It doesn't matter if you are white, if you are black, if you are straight, gay, trans, purple, or anything else at all, as long as your character development is good, as long as the story doesn't revolve around the fact that you're black or gay for pandering purposes, then it's all good. Better yet, why do you people want to make superheroes that are already established into something else that they're not? Like people wanting Captain America to be gay, or people wanting Peter Parker to be gay. That's pretty much what I got from the Huffington Post video. It's just, wouldn't that be degrading towards people of color, towards any other group of people in general, to just rehash the same thing over and over but in a different package? Why not do something original? Wouldn't that be more uplifting for people of color? For anyone that's of the sexual preference of homosexuality, bisexuality, or whatever? Wouldn't that make more fucking sense anyway? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you already have Miles Morales, the Black Spider-Man, but he's his own character. But because it's not Peter Parker, I don't fucking know. I better end this video before my head just explodes and I just lose all sanity. But yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Take care, see you later, and cue an epic outro music to cleanse thine mind.